Transcranial magnetic stimulation, also known as TMS, is a new and exciting way to stimulate the parts of the brain that may be less active through the use of a magnetic coil shaped into a figure 8. Before we get into TMS, we'll talk about the basics of brain stimulation. Neurons, or brain cells, work both electrically and chemically, and passing an electrical current through them is sort of like activating them, getting them to release a neurotransmitter in order to talk to other neurons. Brain stimulation can rewire them to do this on their own when they're having trouble with it. Now, it used to require that the brain be exposed surgically and electricity be applied directly and manually to it, not unlike we used to see in sci-fi movies, just less harmful. But then we discovered non-invasive brain stimulation. Non-invasive just means no implants, no surgery, so stimulating non-invasively just means that we put something to conduct electricity, like an electrode, onto your scalp without the need to expose the brain, and we activate the neurons from there. Now, it's one of the safest forms of treatment so far because the current is really small. We'll start there. And because it can bypass the more severe side effects of medication, and it can help those that can't necessarily take meds. Getting back to TMS, magnets have a magnetic field around them, and TMS gives your brain something called a magnetic pulse, which is like a little controlled burst of magnetic field from the coil inside it. Now, why a magnetic coil and not just any magnet? Well, the coil is shaped so it conducts the field such that it can aim it when it's against the head. It's like focusing it into a beam, and once this beam hits the neurons it's targeting, it activates them. This is especially useful in mood disorders like depression or bipolar disorder, and we're seeing if it can reduce the symptoms of other disorders too. But as always, we need to do more research to see how we can make that possible.